They placed the criminally insane here.
3 men were hanged right above my head in the late 1800s.
Came running out screaming and was literally shaking for the rest of the night.
Gives me the creeps, really. This is known as the death cell. Walk down the walkways upstairs.
I think this is the first for AmysCrypt we're actually going to be sleeping in a cell all night until the morning.
Hi Crypt Keepers, thank you so much for tuning into AmysCrypt. Tonight we are investigating one of the most haunted places in Australia. This is J Ward. It used to be a jail and it also used to be an asylum for the criminally insane, and I've heard so many ghost stories about this place, so stay tuned. J Ward is a former jail and asylum for those deemed criminally insane. It was born out of necessity following a booming population and increased crime rates in Victoria, Australia, after gold was struck in the 1850s.
So they built the Ararat County Jail. It was first started in 1859 and it was finished in 1861. The first prisoner walked through the doors here. Now the place stayed open for about 24 years while the gold rush was on. When the gold petered out and the people started leaving town, they closed this jail in 1886. Aradale, the big psychiatric hospital, was built at the top of the hill, but they had nowhere to house their criminally insane. So the government opened this place back up and it became known as J Ward, and they placed the criminally insane here. It was only going to be a temporary measure for about 10 years so they could build something closer to Melbourne, but this place closed in 1991, so about 104 years of temporary measure from the government.
Having had such a long and at times dark history, it's no surprise to learn that J Ward is considered to be one of the most haunted buildings in Australia. Tonight we will investigate a number of its most haunted areas, including the original cell block, the underground sections of the jail, and even former quarters of staff and their families. This particular episode will focus on the cell block, where many visitors and staff have had scary and vivid interactions with the paranormal.
On our overnight here in the cell block, we had someone, an apparition, go into one of the cells where one of the ladies was sleeping, and he landed on top of her and held her down. And she tried to scream and couldn't, and then when she finally got a scream out, he let her go and she came running out screaming and was literally shaking for the rest of the night. You know, we've seen apparitions at the top of the stairs in the cell block. There's all sorts of things happen here. 3 weeks in a row, I was on as a tour guide one night, and I was key person for J Ward the other 2. And in one particular spot in the cell block, we had a lady faint every tour for 3 weeks in a row. So I've asked that people don't stand there anymore because it's quite daunting for other people to see these people just collapse. So we're not sure why or what they're feeling. They don't say much about it, but they're very quiet afterwards. So whether they've seen or felt or something and just fainted from it, we're not sure.
Before we get into this investigation, I wanted to mention that this video was filmed in collaboration with my friends at Adelaide's Haunted Horizons, who also conducted a number of live paranormal investigations at J Ward. Make sure to check out their Facebook and YouTube channel linked below to rewatch these investigations and give them a follow. But now let's visit the haunted cell block of J Ward, where we will attempt to reach out to any spirits who may linger and even sleep overnight in a former cell. Alright Crypt Keepers, let me show you around. So we're actually in the original and oldest part of J Ward. So this was originally the Ararat County Jail, and just down here, you know, a pretty standard like laid out jail. Creepily enough, right above me up here, that's the gallows. So I'm just standing under the trapdoor now. There were only, I mean, I say only, but you know, I guess compared to some other jails, they did a lot more executions. There were 3 carried out here. 3 men were hanged right above my head in the late 1800s, all for murder. So pretty kind of like ghastly thing. And yeah, that's where they all kind of dropped down. There's a lot of cells of interest, so I'm going to take you around and introduce you to some of the Notorious characters that were housed here. But maybe we'll start in here. Now this area is actually pretty interesting because it was originally cells, but they were kind of knocked out and made into like a bigger room. And this now, today, is a little chapel. And it was also kind of like a community chapel at some point. But I guess the jail opened in 1861, functioned for a while, and then as like the decline off of the gold rush in this area kind of kept going down, they were like, we don't really need a jail anymore. But then it kind of became part of the Adelaide Lunatic Asylum. So this became a mental health facility, and we have investigated Adelaide before, so I'm going to link those episodes down below. They're very, very interesting to sort of check out. But this was where they sent the people who were deemed criminally insane. So I guess the jail's undergone like a number of changes throughout its life, and having a chapel brought into it was one of them. Alright guys, so we've got a number of whether they're prisoners, I guess you'd call them patients, right? So we've got Charles Facade. He was the longest incarceration in the world. So I'm not sure if that's in the world still or just in Australia, but he was incarcerated here for a very long time, 71 years. Then next cell over, we've got Bill Wallace. And he ended up being the oldest incarcerated person in the world. I think he lost that title since though, so maybe he's just the oldest in Australia, but he was 107 or something like that when he actually passed away here. Alright, so here we have a number of restraints. This is, I'm not exactly sure what it's kind of like a straitjacket, but it's not, because the arms are sort of down to the sides here. But we also have a couple of other restraints here. So one that kind of comes around the waist and the arms are sort of stuck here. And also this one's for like preventing self-harm. So hand goes in there so you can't really do much with your own hand. Also guys, I've got to show you this room. Come on in. So we do have a lot of medical equipment here, like a very old defibrillator. Honestly, I don't know what the other stuff is. But back through here, and also you can see these cells have been kind of opened up, I guess, to house this. They did do electroconvulsive therapy here, and you can kind of see this like setup with the mannequins. So this is essentially what it looked like, and I've been told it was conducted right here in this very room, but also out in the aisleways. So it's almost, I mean, it is barbaric, a lot of the things that we did with mental health patients back in the days, but I think just doing this therapy out here in the hallway where all the other patients could kind of witness it was just that little bit more depraved, you know? Alright, so I'm going to take you upstairs. There are so many more cells here and so many more, like, I guess historic patients that have really interesting backstories. I mean, I'm not going to show them to you all because if you guys are ever in Victoria and that, like, come and visit J Ward. It's freaking fascinating. But yeah, we've had people who have sliced parts of their body off, people who were obsessed with kind of eating different objects. Like, this place held a lot of very interesting individuals. Now let's go upstairs. It's very dark and creepy. All right, just looking down here, you can see the gallows and like these white figurines kind of standing there, and it, I don't know, it gives me the creeps, really.
I was filming down here earlier and I thought they were like people. I forgot they were there. Gets me every time.
Gets the heart going. Now again, more cells all up here, but the closer that we get to the gallows, there's one that I do want to show you. This is known as the death cell. So it has a very ghastly name, and essentially it was where you spent your last 24 hours before coming out here, free escape onto the gallows to be hanged. So It's like a model. Like,
yeah, it is posed very.
pose, yes, work it. And of course here we have the nooses and everything from these executions. And this was actually a man who was executed here, Robert Francis Burns. So he was hanged in 1883. And I just think it's eerie just to like look at this man and understand what happened to him just outside these walls, you know?
Oh, it's freezing cold here. Your body gets like instantly cold in this spot.
Yeah, I got a cold bum. All that echoes. Okay guys, so before we get started with investigating, I want to just like sit down and do a little bit of like a real talk kind of thing with you guys. So Jared and I have been here all night. It's like, I don't know, 3 a.m. or pretty close to. And we've been investigating like, just like so much all night since we got here, flat out. So we're actually here with my friends from Adelaide's Haunted Horizons. They're linked below, go check them out. We did some live streams with them on their Facebook page, so if you want to go back and watch the live streams, you'll find them there. They also have a YouTube channel, so they make a lot of content for themselves over there. Now, in addition to that, we filmed like this whole series here at J Ward, and we filmed in a number of like crazy haunted locations, and we picked up the best evidence.
We've had some really good evidence, yeah.
Like, it's so cool. I'm really excited for the rest of this series. Now, this is the very first episode of the series that you guys are watching, but strangely, it's the last that we're filming.
Yes,
so
and we're very exhausted.
Yeah, we've kind of done things like around the wrong way. So if we seem a little bit drained, it's because we are. Like, so much energy has gone into tonight, but you know, this location is amazing and we wanted to do it justice and film in a number of areas, right? So yeah, I think we're going to start kind of reaching out and set up multiple cameras in here, and yeah, I just wanted to make note of that. So if we seem a bit drained or I seem a bit monotone or whatever, like I'm just tired, right?
Oh, but the interview we filmed, the interview part of this
The
video.
interview we filmed like one of the first
early.
things that we did, right?
So everything's filmed out of order, so you may see us drained and like,
Yeah.
and then you may see us like peppy.
Oh my god, but some of, yeah, the areas that we filmed, so cool. I just had to film in the old jail. Like, this is the most iconic area, had to film
You
it.
can't come to J Ward and not film in this bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, even though it's 3 a.m, we're like, no, we've got to just
Power
get
through.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start working sort of downstairs. No particular cell, right? And just see if we can get anything happening on the devices or anything to come through. But we're also going to set up at least 2 SLS, Ghost Tube SLS cameras upstairs to monitor up there. If anything happens, maybe someone wants to peer out of one of the cells and show themselves to us or something. So maybe we'll get to work on that and just start moving.
I can't be bothered getting up.
I know, it hurts.
All right, let's go.
Alright guys, so we've just kind of set up the cell block, the jail. We have a lot of cat balls just straight down the middle here and up the stairs. Yeah.
There's so many cat balls.
And a REM pod down there. And then on the upper level, I've got 2 separate Ghost Tube SLS cameras running. So it's going to be interesting if we pick up a figure, and I believe that the images are overlapping. So if you pick up a figure on one and not the other, that's less compelling. If you pick up a same figure on both of them from different angles, like that'll just be like mind-blowing, honestly. So my name is Amy and I'm here with Jared, and we reach out to anybody who is here in J Ward. We would love to communicate with you. There's so many ways that you could show us that you're here. Walking up to and touching these balls, walking towards the red light. You could just walk down the walkways upstairs. Show yourself and we will see you. You can touch us, poke us, pull our hair. I know I've heard that's something that people really like to do here. Make a tap, make a noise like that. I just heard something over here. Just walk through the chapel. Is there someone in here? Did you just make a noise? Can you make another loud noise to let us know you're here? Okay, I really want to do a spirit box. I honestly just think this thing will frickin' wake me up. Oh, hello. Thank you if you just touched that ball. I'm going to put something on that might be a little bit loud right now. Is that you?
I didn't hear anything.
I'm going to put something on that might be a little bit loud right now. Loud right now. I'm going to put something on that might be a little bit loud right now. I'm going to put something on that might be a little bit loud right now. Okay, I thought I heard something. Maybe you can use it to talk to us though. Are you able to come out? You're not confined to your cells anymore or your patient rooms. You can come out. Can you say hello or tell us your name? Kind of like sounded like part of a song, but it also sounded like a voice saying her. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head because I'm so tired.
Stairs.
Is there somebody on the stairs? Can you tell me who is doing that?
Another one on the stairs.
Thank you. What's going off in the I did just tread on that one though, and I don't know if that's related, but I almost broke my neck coming down the stairs. Can you tell me whose cell this is? Whose room is this? Can you give me the name, please? Whose cell is this? FYI, this person does not haunt this place. I believe that they're still alive. They were here when they were very, very young. Can you tell me the name of the person who stayed here? Does anybody here right now, tonight, can you give me a sign that you're here? Again, maybe in my head, I felt like that said look up. Are you upstairs and not down here? We do have the SLS cameras running up there, so... Do you like having us here? Whose cell is this? Or whose room is this? So I keep saying cell, but this was used as a hospital after it was a jail sort of thing, so... Can you tell me? Or I'm going to turn this off.
I thought it just said stay.
Is it?
I thought so.
I don't know. I just got chills, but it's freezing, so... I'm going to turn this off. Unless you do something to make me stop to not turn it off. In this moment, as I ask the spirits to give me a sign, something strange happens. Although nothing is documented coming through the spirit box, a glitch is recorded in the footage visually across the screen. This is not typical for this particular camera, and while I cannot say this was definitely paranormal, many people do believe that spirits can interfere with electronic equipment. Let's take a look. I heard some things come through, and I don't know if it's just me making sense of it in my mind and thinking that I heard things because I'm that tired. But I think that we should try a different experiment other than the spirit box to see if we can get any answers that are relevant here. So I'm actually going to flick over to GhostTube. It's an app Jared and I designed ourselves, and you can try it out for yourselves. Grab it for free on the links below. Okie dokie, I have just hit record on the GhostTube session. Again, if there's anybody here, you can come close to my hands. Maybe you can tell us your name or greet us, say hello. We'd love to just talk to anybody that's here. I don't know if you're happy that we're here or not. Maybe you can let us know. And there are a bunch of like restraints here. So it would be interesting if anything. So the electromagnetometer is fluctuating right here. Could it be... Is there somebody around? Can you tell us who you are? It's weird that it's just happening here, huh? Don't know why that happened. Did you hear something down there?
Yeah.
Why that happened? Why that happened? Why that happened? Is there somebody down this end? Stick your head in there. I don't even know if I can't even see. Can you put your head in there?
There's a body, well, a person in a bed.
Ugh. That's a bit freaky. Come on, if there's somebody here, we really want you to say hello to us. How did that not go off?
You kicked the cat ball when it didn't light up. Is it even on?
It's not on.
Wow.
But that's how tired we are. And you put this one out, Jared, so don't come at me. Oh my god. Can you kick one of these balls like I just did? Preferably one that's turned on. Can you give me a word? I don't know if you're coming around me, but... Ugh. That person up there just freaked me out so bad.
Which one?
The one up in the bloody corner.
Oh.
the top. I forgot they were there. Battle. What does that mean? I can't think of how battle would be relevant here.
Nah.
You're in a battle against the system.
What happened to me?
I'm not sure. Can you tell me who you are? And then I'll have a better idea of distinguishing that. Sorry if you're here and you're confused or you don't know what's happening. Who are you?
Why does that keep going off?
I don't know.
Is it fluctuating? Like, do you see it moving?
Well, it must be. I'm not very good at watching it. Sorry. Yeah, it's gone up.
Why does it keep going up?
It's higher here. Is it?
So that beeping noise that everybody at home is the magnetometer setting off on Ghost Tube, which means
I thought maybe it was a staircase, but
sometimes it can be triggered by metals, but as Amy's demonstrating, the staircase
it's
is
like
not triggering
it's coming in flows, like it's coming and then going. It's not consistent. Because if it was the stairs, it'd be going
crazy. Yeah,
right now. Yeah, like it's just,
it's weird.
it's not.
We actually don't normally get that much action on the magnetometer,
No.
so this is kind of interesting. Around which cell? This one here.
Well, it's been a number of cells as well. I am getting chills. I don't know if it's just because it's so cold. It is very cold tonight, guys. But yeah.
I thought I just heard one of these restraints move.
You heard it move?
I heard like a metal clinking.
That's weird.
Don't know if I caught it on camera because it's a directional mic we're using,
Yeah.
and it came from behind me.
I didn't hear it, but I'm ahead of you.
Let's see if I can find what caused that sound. Yeah, it was this. I reckon it was this one, Ames.
Yeah.
The one that they put on me during the tour today. Like, yeah, I swear I heard that.
That's weird. Hey guys. Okay, so because Jared and I are so freaking tired, and we just don't really have the energy to just keep investigating, we are gonna go to sleep in a cell.
Yeah, and I think this is the first for AmysCrypt. We're actually going to be sleeping in a cell all night until the morning,
Yeah.
which isn't like long because it's like
not
4
very
a.m.
long.
So we'll be waking a few hours anyway.
This is a cell, but it's actually 3 cells that have been opened up and made into like one big room, right? So this is actually the area where they used to do the ECT, so electroconvulsive therapy, like electric shock therapy.
They've actually
basically.
got a setup behind Amy.
Yeah, there's like
That
a
bed.
doctor and a patient on the bed with an actual like machine that they used to use to shock the patients. And in the latter days of them using this type of treatment, this was where they did it. So I've also been told that people have picked up EVPs, like rather eerie EVPs in the night in here, like where it's almost as if these treatments are still ongoing and still happening. So I don't know what we're going to get on the recording tonight. We are going to be sleeping in here, which is a bit kind of creepy to me.
There's even like stray jackets right behind us on the wall here.
Yeah, there's just a wall of stray jackets.
And it's freezing cold, guys. It is.
Yeah, we're
cold.
literally going to be sharing one sleeping bag, one mattress, and I'm fully rugged up, and I'm just like, I need sleep, basically. So yeah, shall we get into bed?
See you in the morning. See you, everyone.
Good night, Crypt Keepers. Can you even see me? I don't know. I'm a little on edge because we're in like the most haunted part of the jail / old asylum.
Now there is one in the bathroom. He's known as the Butcher. He actually took some people in there and killed them and chopped them up. Killed.
Are you in this room with me?
They don't like it in here, it's scary. In that room, there's no one in there.
This one here.
Rude.
It was like, honestly, like something just grabbed my throat.
Someone was playing with me. Can you touch that again? Oh my god. Oh my god, I've actually got chills.
Alright, Crypt Keepers, it's like, I don't know, what is it? 7-ish in the morning. And slept through the night in that cell. It was freezing and uncomfortable. I just woke up. I'm so just like yucky from no sleep, and all night I just had heart palpitations, but I think it was because I was so tired and like very highly caffeinated. So my heart was like, but my body was like, Jared's still asleep in the little sleeping bag in the cell / ECT room. I don't recall anything happening, and I feel like I heard some noise, like one bang or something, but I don't know. I was so out of it. So looking forward to reviewing my footage. But guys, we've got a whole series coming at J Wood, so make sure that you're checking the description, because I'm going to have a playlist to put all of the like episodes in. So please check them out. But this is probably the first episode, and there'll be a couple others to follow. So please make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. That really does help me out. If you want to do any more reading on J Wood or other haunted places from around the world that I visited, head to AmysCrypt.com. You guys can also follow me at AmysCrypt on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. And I post bonus content on my Patreon and my YouTube members, which are linked below. But thank you so much for watching, Crypt Keepers. Until next time.